Imagine this. It's a regular workday morning. Alarm rings, you're already thinking about meetings, emails, and traffic. Before you leave, you open your phone and check your bank account. Then, almost without thinking, you open your investment app, not because you expect anything big, but because it's become a habit. And something feels off. Yesterday, while you were at work for 8 hours, your investments went up by $268. You stopped for a second. After taxes, your take home pay for that full day of work was about $290. So your job barely won. And that's when a strange thought enters your mind. What happens when my money wins? Not forever, not every day, just once. You scroll back and notice it's already happened before on a good market day, during a normal week with nothing special going on. No risky bets, no crypto moonshots, no overnight success, just slow, boring investing doing its job. Most people never notice this moment. They work year after year thinking income only comes from showing up, clocking in, and trading hours for dollars. They believe investing is extra money, something small, something for later. But there is a real point, a measurable point where investment income stops being extra and starts competing with your paycheck. And when you understand that point, the way you think about work, spending, and saving completely changes. This video is not about quitting your job tomorrow. It's not about getting rich fast, and it's definitely not about false promises. It's about understanding when investment income finally starts to beat your day job and how regular Americans can move toward that moment using real math, real behavior, and realistic expectations. I'm Ryan. My goal is to make finance simple, practical, and stress-free. I'm not here to give you some quick get-rich scheme, but I promise you, you will get massive value from this video. Point number one. Investment income doesn't beat your job overnight. It starts by competing with one day. Imagine this. It's the end of a normal workday. You're tired, your brain feels full, and you think, at least I got paid today. Now imagine opening your investment account and seeing that while you were working, your investments quietly earned $40. That number doesn't excite most people. $40? That's nothing. But here's the truth most people miss. Investment income doesn't beat your job all at once. It starts by beating 1 hour, then one day, then one bill. And this is where people get confused. Most Americans think investment income means one of two things. Either it's tiny and useless, or it's so big that you're already rich. There's no in-between in their mind. But real wealth is built in the middle, slowly and quietly. Let's make this very simple. Your job pays you only when you show up. No work equals no money. Investments are different. They don't care if you're tired. They don't care if you're sick. They don't care if it's a holiday. Once invested, they work every day, even when you don't. At first, this work feels pointless. If you have $10,000 invested and it earns about 7 to 8% a year, that's roughly $700 to $800 per year. That's about $2 per day. Nobody quits their job for $2 a day, and that's why most people stop too early. But here's the key insight. The goal is not to replace your salary first. The goal is to replace one expense. When your investments earn $50 a month, that's your phone bill. $150 a month, that's groceries for a week. $300 a month, that's a car payment. $1,000 a month, that's real breathing room. This is how investment income starts competing with your job. Not paycheck versus paycheck, but bill versus bill. Every time an expense is covered by investment income, you become a little less dependent on your job. And here's the eye-opening part. Most Americans don't fail because they don't earn enough. They fail because they never let investments grow long enough to matter. They stop when it feels slow. They stop when the numbers feel boring. They stop because they expect excitement. But investing is not exciting. It's repetitive. It's patient. And it rewards consistency, not intelligence. Your job income is linear. You work 1 hour, you get paid 1 hour. Investment income is curved. It starts slow. Then it accelerates. The day your investments beat your job doesn't feel dramatic. It feels quiet. No fireworks, no celebration. Just a normal day where you realize, my money did something useful today without me. And that realization changes how you see every dollar you earn next. Point number 2. The exact math that decides when investments catch your paycheck. Imagine this. You're not dreaming about quitting your job. You're just curious. You sit down with a pen, a piece of paper, and one simple question. How much money would my investments need to make in 1 year to match what I take home from work? Most people never ask this question. They say things like, I'll never have enough. Investing is for rich people. I'll figure it out later. But wealth doesn't grow from motivation. It grows from clarity. So let's keep this extremely simple. Step 1 is not about investing. It's about knowing your real life costs. Add up everything you spend in a month. Rent or mortgage, food, transportation, insurance, basic utilities, basic fun. For many Americans, this number falls somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000 a month. Let's pick $4,000 as an example. That's $48,000 per year just to live a normal life. Now comes the most important rule in this entire video. A widely used guideline in personal finance is that a diversified investment portfolio can support about 4% yearly spending over a long time, even with market ups and downs. This is not a guarantee. It's not perfect, but it's based on decades of real market history. So if you need $48,000 per year, the math looks like this. $48,000 divided by 0.04 is equal to $1.2 million. That number scares people, and because it scares them, they stop listening. But here's what matters. That number is not a starting requirement. It's an ending point. What actually matters is how fast you move toward it. Let's look at a realistic example. Say you're investing $600 per month. That's $7,200 per year. With an average long-term return around 7 to 8%, here's what happens. After 5 years, progress feels slow. After 10 years, you notice movement. After 15 years, growth starts helping you. After 20 plus years, growth does the heavy lifting. This is why older investors always say the same thing. I wish I started earlier. Not because they were smarter, but because time multiplies effort. Here's the big insight most people miss. You don't need to wait until investments fully beat your job. When your portfolio earns $5,000 per year, that's a month of rent. $10,000 per year, that's food plus utilities. $20,000 per year, that's half your lifestyle. Your job slowly loses control over your life, and the timeline isn't fixed. Two things speed it up: investing more, needing less. Every extra dollar invested matters. Every unnecessary expense slows you down. This isn't about extreme sacrifice. It's about understanding that math rewards consistency, not perfection. And once you see the numbers clearly, fear turns into strategy. Point number 3. The day your money beats your job is quiet, but it changes everything. Imagine this. You're still going to work. Your routine hasn't changed much. Same alarm, same commute, same desk. But something inside you feels different. You check your investment account and realize that over the last year, your investments made $18,000. Not in one day, not overnight, just slowly over time. That number doesn't replace your job yet, but it covers your car, your groceries, your insurance. And that's when the mental shift happens. Most people think freedom comes after quitting their job, but in real life, freedom comes before that. It arrives in small pieces. When your investments pay one bill, your stress drops. When they pay 2 bills, your confidence grows. When they pay half your life, your job no longer owns you. This is the part no spreadsheet can fully explain. As your investment income grows, your behavior changes. You stop feeling desperate. You're no longer afraid to say no to overtime, leave a toxic job, ask for better pay, take time to learn new skills. Not because you're rich, but because you have options, and options are real power. Here's something important. You don't need perfect markets for this to work. Markets go up, markets go down. There will be years where your investments lose money. That doesn't mean the plan failed. It means the plan is working normally. During those down years, you're still investing, you're still buying shares, you're still building ownership. The people who fail are not unlucky. They quit too early. They panic when the numbers look ugly. They forget that investing is not about this year, it's about decades. Another truth most people ignore: when investment income starts beating your job, you don't suddenly stop working. You start working differently. You choose work instead of needing it. Some people switch careers, work fewer hours, start small businesses, focus on health and family, not because they hit a jackpot, but because they planned patiently. And here's the final eye opener: every dollar you spend today is not just money gone, it's future income delayed. A $100 monthly expense doesn't just cost $100. Over time, it can delay financial freedom by tens of thousands of dollars. This doesn't mean never enjoy life, it means spend with awareness. Understand what your money could become if you give it time. Most Americans will earn millions over their lifetime and still feel trapped, not because they didn't earn enough, but because nothing was allowed to grow. But for those who stay consistent, save regularly, invest patiently, spend intentionally, the day investment income beats their job eventually arrives. Not loudly, not dramatically, just a quiet moment where work becomes a choice. And once that happens, life feels very different. If this video helped you, man, please write thank you in comments.